Holler if you hear me, and welcome to tonight's edition of Art Uncensored. It is the top of the hour, 10 p.m. Eastern. We are here and together because the week of One Piece, we are moving along. We've got a little audio back there, and I know that we're up against Geeks and Gamers' 300th stream away, and that Camelot 331 is on there, although seeing that it's been going and all that, I don't see any of the of my crowd there. That umbrella got people from over there, so maybe I was just being paranoid, or at least maybe being paranoid. Now that they're on, they'll go over there instead. But I also have seen that's a little strange now that I've re-evaluating the analytics I have, and now my female audience has actually passed my male audience. Now the female audience is up to 52.9%. Yet these past week or so with the streams I've been doing, it seems mostly it's the male audience of mine that has been coming in here. So the numbers must be strange. But then again, most of what the channel's been doing of growth and getting new subscribers has been coming from the shorts. So maybe it's just because of the shorts. And now the last few, at least one of the two I do a day, have been now getting over 1K views. Maybe it's a bunch of women watching them. But the women I draw in ballpoint pen with erect nipples poking through their tight tops. This week, the women I draw like have nice tits in a tight top instead of a nice dress. But that might change over time. There might be something a little less showgirls-like as we go on. And here we've got our little miss Nico. Robin is her name. This is what we are doing tonight. This is the color preliminary version of it we are doing right here, right now, for all of you to see and enjoy. And speaking of seeing and enjoying, I also can't help but notice that we have got our... Nick gave us a little hello in the chat before the stream started. That is nice. That's the basic have fun on the stream, everyone. Great to see that. And there'll be more of this coming around for you to see. And the fact that this is a lady that is a part of One Piece. Now you know why so many jilted lovers of American comics are now going to One Piece as one of those major manga franchises. Just the manga stuff in general, let alone like a major series that they can go and look at that's ongoing. It gives them a lot of material. And the time that could be spent on even reading one page of what Marvel or DC are farting these days, you can put towards taking a good look at what starting with One Piece, which has been in weekly installments since 1997, and it's still going and going. It is the Energizer Bunny. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, on the back, on every page, they should have that Energizer Bunny just bloop, 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 go, still going, still going. It actually winds up leading to me thinking more about manga things lately. And this I actually have. This was a gift. Yes, the creator of one of the other big ongoing manga series, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Well, he actually did in theory and practice, the craft of creating manga, as we call it, from Mr. Hirohiko Araki. You might you want to make fun of the Japanese people, but remember, this man has had an a gallery exhibition at the Louvre, so he must be doing something right. To do a freaking comic like this and have it be go on and on and on and on and on to the point where he's actually he's had a solo expo at the gallery at the Louvre. This is a man who has achieved a many great thing in his life. He has done much more than what you see in this world, because this is a man who knows the ways of the warrior. He is a warrior, while you are nothing more than a mouse dangling from the jaws of a tiger. And the tiger has many fierce jaws and great talons and claws. But what have you got? Have you got anything? Or have you got nothing more than shit? You are two things in this life. You are Jack and you are shit. And Jack left town for Shinjuku many times over. Yo, a quid pro quo, motherfucker. Yes, I have to remember when I do the Japanese voice, the Japanese man sounds like this. Like they're trying to hold back at the sneeze. Oh, you have to act like this. These are the ones I prefer to do, but remember, there are also bigger ones for the sumo. You actually can watch that network I was talking about, NHK, which is a Japanese network that does English-speaking programming. Well, they were broadcasting a recent sumo tournament, and you see those guys who make fun of how fat they are, but then you watch them in motion, you see those are guys who have all this fat marbled over this really, really functional muscle they've got with the strength they have to do that kind of career, to do that kind of great sport. So even the fat people in other countries are healthier than American fat people. You get Lizzo, and she would just explode in a mush from one touch from even an amateur sumo wrestler. Because when you see them in action, you know that there is actual strength and muscle in there because they're giant. I wouldn't say fat asses. Why? Because those giant asses on those sumo men, they have experience, they have function, they have a strength to them. They have a big strength for them. They are fearsome, they are good, and they are very much a bay to order with the recipes. When a sumo come to there for the sashimi, we order all the sashimi for them because they are the champion. They are the ultimate warriors, and they are able to have a match that does not include running down to the ring, shaking ropes, and then jumping on man. That is ultimate warrior for America. But in the land of the rising sun, we over here are able to compete with them, and they have a great art. There is art and ceremony and history to the sumo. What is the art or the history of the Vince McMahon? The Vince McMahon these days does not just look like he knows if he wants to be either Gomez Adams as a gay porn star or if he wants to be a Walt Disney. It looks like he is trying to do both at the same time and failing at them. He is a man who is putting great dishonor to his family. He is a man who exceeds with the arrogance of the Gaijin. He believes he is in charge of the nature of wrestling, when he is nothing more than a dishonorable Rito Gaijin. A filthy Harandai. Vince McMahon may lack to go to the steam room, but the bathhouses of Nippon are a much different ceremony from the steam rooms or the bathhouses of what you see in America, son. In the United States of America, your steam rooms or your bathhouses, those are for where the homosexuals go to have a public place where they can go and enjoy their sex, but do it without exposing themselves to children at parties or parades or at California public schools. Well, there is a public nature to our bathhouses in the Isle of Japan. We'll go into the public to the bathhouses of Nippon, and we are there because that is what we do. We go there and we perform our regular bathing duties in our bathhouses in the land of the rising sun. When you go to Kyoto, when you go to Tokyo, when you go to Okinawa, or to maybe even Nagoya, you go there to bathe. You do not go there to have a man put his mouth on your a great big American penis. Why do we not use the bathhouses for the man-on-man action in Nippon? We do not do it because in Japan, our penis is so small. A penis is so small. You're an American man, you have a penis that is the size of a skyscraper, while my penis is merely the size of an ant, crawling around my sashimi I leave outside for too long. Another thing of why our manga is so selling so much better than your American superhero crap, and why now people are so tired of reading your crap, they are now buying even comics from the French. They are bringing the comics from the French to America, because in Japan, we even are able to have paintings like this of the JoJo Bizarre Adventure, a naked lady in the tub. Do you like seeing the naked lady in the tub? We know you like the naked ladies. Well, with we have the naked women everywhere. Why is that? Because we are having a little bit of a fun with nature, a fun with a little bit of a stone. Here is a wisdom from Araki-san. How to draw the fire, the water, air, light, and the stone. When you draw fire, what drawing fire really equals is drawing wind. Water equals drawing a gravity, and air equals drawing lines of motion toward the viewpoint, and light means drawing shadows, and stone also means drawing shadows. Do you understand that? You are drawing, what he means by water equals drawing gravity is that when you see the water in motion, what you are seeing is the gravity moving of the water along, either up or down, or side and waves based on currents or based off of tidals, or maybe even based on a little bit of motion if, say, a Godzilla comes up from the water. You are drawing the gravity of the water dispersing because a Godzilla comes. Like if you're in your bathtub and then you bring in Lapataki Godzilla. Oh no, it's Lapataki Godzilla, Lapataki Godzilla, Lapataki Godzilla, Lapataki Godzilla, Lapataki Godzilla, Lapataki Godzilla. And I feel shame because I do not have a Godzilla to play with Lapataki. I have the Lapataki on my Amazon wish list, but do not have any Lapataki Godzilla to play with. And hello to a Just Blow Sebishi. A Just Blow Magalu is coming in. So we shall bow to the Just Blow. We are coming here for more of the process of everyone saying hello. Here is more advice of creating the first page. What to draw? Well, when looking at the art itself, you might find certain elements that provide appeal, such as the following. Pretty art, unusual art, creepy art, clean lines, bright art, meaning pleasant and dry, sexy art, art portraying a light, stylish art, purposefully inexpert art, art made simply as possible, art that has never been seen before, photorealistic art, comedic art, art with few motion lines, art featuring only women, art featuring only children, art featuring only stone and rocks, and many others. And hello to La Roca. La Roca is a new subscriber to this channel. So everyone say hello to La Roca. Welcome to City Sushi. May I take an order, please? We have the treaty over here. I live only down the street is my sushi place. But unfortunately, I cannot afford the sushi dinner as much as I would like. Maybe you can afford to get one for me. And how can you do that? Well, remember, since the channel prospers based on what you're doing, don't forget to go and support the channel with super chats or by becoming channel members today or by following the link to my art store that I just added into the chat. And the link is also pinned to the top of the chat right there, where you'll see all my artwork there, but also you can donate. The easiest way is to go and drop a donation into my art store. Hello to 6 Foot Soka, right here. Holla holla to 6 Foot Soka. And since now people are coming in, here is the Nico Robin I did. And this is just a sample of the work I have in my store. If you would like more, well, remember there's the artwork there you can get besides donating. And if you would like this piece, since it's not for sale in my store yet, just a $30 donation will get you this piece right here. A $30 donation, and it will be shipped out to you first thing tomorrow morning. Hail all a winky face. We have the winky face from the 6 Foot Ahsoka. You imagine if Pat O'Brien, that guy from Insider who gave all those erotic voice messages to that woman he was attracted to while he was drunk or high. You imagine if he accidentally called like an old Japanese man instead. Yeah, hi, it's me. I just gotta tell you that I just gotta just suck your pussy and lick your cunt. Why do you say such a thing to me? How could you ever speak this way to anyone? Whether you speak to woman or man, you do not speak this way in a public matter, even on the phone message. You speak in ways that are like a private. You speak in ways that make you sound like you are a man who does not speak properly. You are a man who brings dishonor to the world. You are a man who brings a dishonor to my cat, as well as bringing a dishonor to the Godzilla. You destroy the reputation of Godzilla. I bring a reputation to destroy you, because you are a man of much perversion and much failure to succeed as a man. Like, I don't care. I just gotta just suck your pussy and just wish that you would just suck my cock. And I know you're like, baby, if you want just to suck my cock, and Bernie's not gonna mind, just lick your pussy for me, because I'm gonna lick your fucking pussy, and I'm just gonna go in there and just like shit all over you, and then I'm going to fuck all over the place. Yes. Do you know what's happening to me? Do you know why I'm doing these voices like that? Because a lack of sushi is leading to me. Yes, it's leading to making me a Japaholic, says my father. So if you go out there and drop those donations into my store, that means I can immediately go and get a sushi dinner. So then I can stop watching Godzilla movies and sumo wrestling so much. I feel so sleepy. I'd like to know. Oh! Zippity-bitty-hoo. I'm a Yoko Ono. Hello. I'm going to sing for you because I'm like a Yoko. Shut up, bitch. Yeah, Yoko Ono's going to be in a new biopic. She plays the conniving bitch that broke up the Beatles. Well, what are we going to do here now? There's what are you going to say? Well, in other words, Madonna's a whore. This girl thought because she was a meter maid that she had the right to go around giving everyone parking tickets. So we wound up putting popcorn in her car. Hey, no, it's not true. I paid for the popcorn machine. Do you have a nom a McDonald? Welcome to the Iron Nation of Japan, no McDonald. We are here to cheer for you. You were very funny about the OJ. We see the OJ and we knew that that man was guilty. OJ was not framed. OJ was a criminal. OJ was a murderer. He brought much shame for using the knife. In our country, we have mass stabbings that happen. But when we go and stab the people in mass, we do it with all the compensation in the world of our man to remove the head from the body. And Nicole Brown's head was not fully removed from body with a big knife. So in that case, for not properly beheading the woman, a man that you know as O.J. Simpson is not a man who brings honor. He brings a shame and brings as much as stupidity. Out of the way, he shows there is no room for the wicked man. Yes, LaRocca. I'm turning a Japanese. I really think so. I got your picture hanging on my wall. I have your picture. I'm turning in and turning out. I'm turning a Japanese. I am not turning a Japanese. I think so. Because every time I look, the Chinese man comes here and tries to destroy my business. A business destroyed by the Chinese man. Oh, goddamn Japanese racist! Oh, every time a hot Chinese man comes working here, Japanese dog comes in and tries to ruin business. What the hell are you doing in here with City Sushi? Welcome to City Sushi. May I take an order, please? Maybe we need to have a Tweety. A treaty? Not a Tweety, a Tweety. A treaty? I can't fucking understand you. A pipi. Oh, Japanese racist! Oh, hey, bro. Does everybody know that Japan and China are actually two different countries? Oh, I bet you didn't know that one. Oh, goddamn Hungarian. Yes, when the Mongolians, when the Great Wall of China was built to keep the Mongolians out of China, that was a situation where Mongolians would start attacking it under construction. Just goddamn Hungarian! Goddamn Hungarian! Where's my mother? What does my mother have to do with calling all this? What does my mother call the Japanese? I don't know. What does my mother call Asian women? I don't know what she called. I just know the goddamn Mongolians stop tearing down my shitty wall.
Every time a hard-working Chinese man tries to build a wall, goddamn Mongolians try to tear it down. What the hell? Democratic Party put you up to this? Fuck you, I'm building a wall. And you know what? You're gonna pay for it, motherfucker. I'm gonna sue you for damages, bitch. Sue you for damages and make you finish paying for my motherfucking wall. Nah. Hey, bro, shitty wok, take the other please. You want shitty beef? Shitty chicken? Okay, shitty chicken. Oh, shitty shrimp too. You like shitty shrimp? Not my shitty beef. That ain't at all. Oh no, Wing don't need to eat much. Shitty wok. Oh, don't you fucking maybe say that. You're a goddamn Mongolian. Hi the ho! I'm ready to fight for you, you damn Mongolians. Oh, you goddamn Mongolians! Goddamn Mongolians keep tearing down my wall! Fuck off, Mongolian!
I think that's why I think maybe that's why my father was banging that Mongolian girl once. He did it as revenge for all the work they did trying to tear down the Great Wall of China. There's that. Or as my mother would call Asian women, slant-eyed snatch. No, that's not nice. That sounds like that thing that the black coworker with 6 Foot Soka was saying about Asian women, of like shit talking Asian people. That sounds like that said that one of my father's, I think, girlfriends or something said. That sounds like something that lady would have said. Get Catholic out talking about, oh God, you don't talk about my people that way, bitch. That's my wife. You don't say that shit about my wife. You understand? You understand that deal? I'm gonna fuck you up. I got Chinese government behind me. You think Chinese government gonna fuck your shit up? You think Chinese government rag brag people? Fuck no. They don't rag brag people. They got Black Panther and they put Black mask over Black Panther's face. You think we want to see brag people? Fuck no. And now we want to do, we want to fuck up North Korea too. North Korea, fuck you. There is North Korea coming. And North Korea is going to go and we are going to bomb you. Since I do not know what Kim Jong-un sounds like, I'm going to have to go and do the Korean voice like this. That's why we got to do this, because Gangnam Style is out of place. Gangnam Style is going a little bit out of place, because you don't Gangnam Style, is you, do you? I wish you did more Gangnam Style, because that was a fun song. That was a little fun to do. Dance around, Lopo Gangnam Style. Lopo Gangnam Style, that's fun. You know, I like South Korea, too. I like it better than North Korea. I saw a comedian once who said his family was Korean, and people ask him, North Korea or South Korea? And he never stops these people to think like the logistics of being a North Korean comedian, of having to smuggle yourself out of the country, smuggle your way through China, teach yourself English through the internet, smuggle yourself through Europe, to the UK, then get to America. I don't care about safety. I don't care about clothing. I don't care about food. I must tell a joke. I must tell a joke. Can you imagine a North Korean comedian interacting with the audience? Hello, sir. Do you have food today? I got to eat for 2 days in a row. This is a new experience for me. What are we going to do over here now? Oh, welcome to North Korea. Hello, Hans Bricks. Oh, goddamn. Hans Bricks, I ain't building weapons of mass destruction. Hello. I will bring chaos to the world. Oh, that's what we do. That's what we're going to help. We're going to start Team America. Well, 6 Foot Soka says it's time for him to go see The Matrix. He wanted to stop by and show support. All right, that's fun. And go off and enjoy The Matrix all you want. My opinions on the movie do not matter because, hey, you're a big supporter of the channel, so you can watch The Matrix. All right. That is how you go do that, because I wonder what you do when I'm not around. When you go there and you do those things, are you going to speak around me? Because I wonder what happens when it comes to economy. I think maybe some economic uptick going to happen. I think what we got to do is make sure that we get more football. I mean European football. Get some European football to come around America. Maybe get some more players that are fun. Maybe then you might get some more people to watch your MLS. We're going to find more of that because it's raining outside. And you might find something else, like some more of that. This is strangely about this is that for a book that's supposed to be a how-to on the craft, a lot of it is mostly text. Like it's mostly written in text. It's not really like an illustration first kind of instructional book. So if you're expecting this to be like a detailed thing and like anatomy and perspective and all that and visual storytelling, it really isn't. It's more Hirohiko Araki through words telling you the best things about manga creation. Here's the protagonist always rises is a statement in one chapter here, and we actually have the arcs of what he considers good arcs and bad arcs. Good over here. You get the general uptake here, but then yeah, not good is the sweeping up like that. Not good is this one where it sweeps all the way down before that, below that line, and then goes all the way up. But an exception he makes for that is The Walking Dead, where things get worse and worse because the more and more it goes on, the more struggle. Actually, he has the text right here. Humans struggle amid a grim setting. In this case, readers find interest in the character's deterioration. Yeah, with the case of the zombie apocalypse, that's where having that perpetual downward arc makes sense. But something like the hero sometimes stagnates and is given pause to worry. On the whole, the hero continues to grow, but the readers will find it tedious. Yeah, not good. That's not good. Another one, begins happy, then dips before rising again. Real life is like this, but it's flawed as a story. Example, Hit Girl giving up crime fighting and Kick-Ass 2. Oh, he's calling out Mark Millar. So a lot of the people who hate manga doing better than American comics, well, they don't like Mark Millar bashing the comics industry dying in the mainstream. Well, they might like at least one mangaka because of him bashing Kick-Ass 2. Because that's where we go, she there. Oh, and according to here, the top example of the arc where I'm pointing to with my index finger, that's what shonen and sports manga is supposed to follow, that kind of arc. Yeah, the manga industry, you can have shonen, it's just their word for action, the big action stuff like Dragon Ball Z or whatever, but also sports as well, like major prominent sports manga that you actually, it's still in print, you can read in English, like Slam Dunk, which was huge in the 90s. And the popularity of that throughout the country is partly responsible for those NBA games that got played in Japan. Was that the country's interest in it on the back of just how much the Slam Dunk comic exploded. And even, yes, there was an anime series based on that I haven't seen. I haven't read that either, but we've got our... Here's another other basic one-line summary. Like with these kind of things, you pretty much, the one-line statement is something you can get, and you wind up learning on how to do these kind of creative outlets better. Sometimes the one-line statement can be better than really having a full page, because here you have make a list of motivations. And that's referring specifically to, like, character motivation. The motivation there of designing characters, what's the, make a list of motivations. That's something you should have. That is just something that also almost goes without saying. But if you're going to say it with the one line. And then after that, that's all you need to go. That's all you got to say. And that's how we're going to see out there. But, yeah. Christopher, I didn't know you're a California public school teacher now, but apparently you are. Or the very least part of that choir that was singing that song with all those men who were convicted of some things that, Cain Velasquez is going to remember their face if he ever sees them in public. And they'll be peeing their little panties like the people in the Cartman Joins Nambla episode of South Park. If you remember that. Where forefathers believed in rights. Dude, you have sex with children. Yeah, we believe in equality, all that gay stuff, but fuck you guys. No, not that way. No, we just got our friend right here, Cain. Me coso metiza pelango que lindo. That's Spanish for get a shovel fucker because you're already dead. I wouldn't mind a race swap or something like that of like another Fist of the North Star, but it's Cain Velasquez in the lead role and him just royally fucking up people like that. And you see them explode and it's but he speaks all his lines in Spanish. So then we get to see you're already dead in Spanish right before they all explode from all the karate chops to the pressure points, then makes them just blow up the pieces from the inside out. There's that. What's that thing? Oh yeah, the Fist of the North Star live action movie that had Big Van Vader and Chris Penn and Malcolm McDowell in it. And there's the one guy that the hero beat up, but he's wearing all kinds of like leather straps around his head to hold his head in place. So because if his head is loose, then that means all the pressure points that the hero punched at earlier in his life will then mean his head will blow up. Yeah, that's a thing that happens in the movie. Also, in the fact that it's also a little strange that how the people that are being hired by Marvel and DC very much have the attitude of we're coming to convert your superheroes because then we're coming to convert your children. And then you wonder why people are going to read manga or French shit than your crap. And on top of that, it's not a good sign when you have an obvious perverted agenda behind it and nobody's reading your shit. And they're instead reading shit coming from a country whose manga industry includes genres like yaoi. Yes, yaoi, which is all man on man, woman on woman action all the time. That stuff doesn't really get translated into English as much or sell as much, at least to like if you go to a store like a Barnes & Noble, or you go to like Amazon and get it there, or like comic shop and get it there. But it's there. But that's a matter of what market is where. People see superhero stories to see superheroes, not to see gay romance or obnoxious political bullshit. It's a comic book, not a California public school, jackass. And well, in Japan, they've got the yaoi here, and they've got the One Punch Man there, and the My Hero Academia there, and all that stuff. That's not a good sign for you people. It's somebody, some blue-haired nutcase looking at you like, oh, I hear you like comics. Oh yeah, I like comics. Oh, I like manga because I stopped reading American comics because they're so stupid. And then the next, it'll be like a 3-panel meme. Oh, there's a blue-haired woman asking a guy like that. But then it's just him with a manga, and he says, oh yeah, I stopped reading American comics because they're politicized crap. And then the third panel is that same NPC woman, and she's crying. It's the fat woman on the ground yelling no, or it's the side-by-side comparison of that one bony, big glasses wearing lesbian who has the face like this, and the other one where she's like that, but then like that. I don't work at a butcher shop, so I can't really give you any meat directly. And also, HelloFresh, they've been actually getting people sick because they're delivering things like lettuce and meat through the mail that isn't properly cooked, like refrigerated and all that. That can lead to some sickness. And that's been happening to HelloFresh. Now, some people have been getting it. That's happened. I looked that up about, I don't think it's listeria specifically, but there have been people who have been getting illnesses from what they get from HelloFresh, and then they prepare it themselves. Because, they don't refrigerate that properly. Put that comparison to that cake I get from my mother for my birthday, where when it comes in the mail, it's packaged in this proper sealed off insulated thing that comes with dry ice packages to keep it at the temperature it's needed to stay frozen. Because remember, it's dairy, it's carrot cake, so it needs to be properly frozen at a certain temperature so the dairy won't spoil. And then you got to go and put it in the refrigerator so that it can thaw for like a day or so, I think it was. But a little like locally, like a local, like statewide statewide bakery that has a website is able to properly package this and avoid that sickness or the getting people sick like that. But HelloFresh can't. That is funny as all hell to see, because this is a company that has all this advertising online. It's advertised on TV. There's like the big YouTube channels have sponsorships with them, like Nostalgia Critic I saw, and yet they have to deal with this. It proves that it's not a matter of how much money you spend, it's how well you spend it. That's why a movie like Sound of Freedom is this massive financial windfall for its studio, because it was like, what, a $14 million budget, and they picked it up for like, what, $5 million or something, and now it's past $200 million worldwide box office. So budget to box office, kaboom, especially compared to like the Blair Witch Project, which was like $60,000 budget. And even with all the money that was spent in the marketing when the Martisan bought it up, you still compare that to the then 220 plus million box office around the world it made. Yeah, that's when you start lighting Cuban cigars with $100 bills compared to the Barbie movie, because Warner Brothers is in so much debt that $140 million budget, you make $1 billion something at the box office, but then you only get 55%. Studios only get 55% of the money from the box office in American theaters and 45% from theaters like in Europe. And then on top of that, you have all the marketing and distribution costs So once you tally all that down, whatever money that Warner Brothers is actually earning, it's not putting a dent in that $50 billion of debt that they're in. So yeah, keep on trying to convince yourself that Barbie is some great big perfect thing that now means that suddenly Warner Brothers doesn't have problems anymore with their finances. Sorry. And Donnie's here because he's hoping everybody's on this night before the night. This is the night before Cosmic Fury. Well, I'm still watching the original Ultraman, so I've got a lot of Tokusatsu TV watching to catch up with. Like the other one is the original Kamen Rider. If I'm even able to find that, I really lucked out and somebody uploaded all of Ultraman on all of the original Ultraman because that show I think is in the Guinness Book of World Records for having the most spin-offs. It's been around for so long that if you thought Power Rangers with every season is a new team with new powers, well, remember, that only started in the 90s, and Ultraman's been around since the 60s. So on it's gone. And my lord, it is fun, it is tight, it is cool, it is an action. When talk about action adventure, that's a fucking action adventure. That is something that just fucking rules the day, rules ass. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it rules all kinds of ass, and no, not in the Chris Canyon kind of way. I mean, it's a great show. Yeah, this is how much of what I was saying before. I think I said a couple of times about when it comes to a lot of those, the otaku, those kind of people in America. There's a lot more to the Japanese culture, or even just their pop culture, than just the manga and anime, right? I wonder about that when I see those people at like any convention I've gone to, or if I'm like when I would go to comic book stores or Barnes and Noble, and I would see this people there in the manga aisles, and I would think, well, there is more, the culture, their history, their sports, their the different ceremonies they have, their own forms of theater, their own forms of TV production. And yes, that also includes things like how they do the special effects kind of movies that they're so great at making, or TV as well. Into the TV market, something like with America, something that was perfected on the big screen, or a genre that was perfected on the big screen, then wound up also coming to the small screen, and that includes what you saw with Godzilla and Gamera with Ultraman. So fun. All of that is, and it's a lot like One Piece, where I think it's actually one of those examples where if you think the One Piece manga, oh, that's it's been it's been going since '97. That's such a big time sink. Well, imagine trying to be like a newbie to Kamen Rider or the Super Sentai shows or anything involving Ultraman, and then you'll see, that is something that goes on and goes on and goes on and goes on. And yes, without Ultraman or Kamen Rider, without Ultraman, neither Kamen Rider nor Super Sentai would have existed, says Don. Yeah, that's quite the more simplification of the statement, and it is very, very true. It is as true as naughty girls need love too, because we've got Jess Bro in here talking about how she loves a good dick. Well, yes, remember, naughty girls need love too. I've asked this before to people about Japanese girls, and maybe I wonder, there's got to be somewhere online of Japanese girls of taking Godzilla toys and double penetrating a Japanese girl with them. You take the tail of the Godzilla toy, and you got the one for both holes, basically. You don't think that's happened? You don't think somebody's done that, or some guys wanted to do that, or it's like a white guy who's now really into all that stuff, and then he'll get a Japanese prostitute or something, or just he'll get with a Japanese girl and then try to get her to do that for him, and she just winds up walking out on him. Or actually, no. What's even worse is if she actually winds up sticking with it and actually follows through on it. It's okay, I'll do that. Even if they're not an exchange student, they're American-born Japanese, and there they go like that. Oh, I like the whole. Oh, I like the pussy. Gojira up the pussy. Oh! It's a very very dirty. Do you think Olivia Munn's all the time that she was banging Brett Ratner to advance her career? Do you think that ever happened? that Brett Ratner wanted something up there, or maybe him being a big Bruce Lee guy, maybe he had a. Don't think he maybe tried to go and stick some nunchucks up there? How many of you out there have ever actually tried anything sexually with the nunchucks? Or did you try using them, and how many injuries to yourself did you inflict? How many people have tried to master the art of the nunchaku and wind up just shattering their nose, or losing teeth, or, of course, smacking themselves in the balls and just screaming in pain for about 17 hours? Just, you can't. That's the point where you go and you want to go and get like a protective cup and start wearing a catcher's mask to protect your face. Yes, my father wants to remind you all about the anatomical tiny space down there. So sleeping with them can be difficult. So maybe a nice model of a Japanese toy. You get maybe a Mechagodzilla. If you get like the '90s version of Mechagodzilla, that's a lot smoother. So maybe that's a more ergonomic kind of design to use that as a sex toy to double penetrate your Asian girlfriend. And then, of course, you spank her, because she is still very, very filthy. Oh, yes. Oh. Do you have to speak it this way? Yes, I do speak it this way. Why do I do it? Because I want the city sushi. May I take your order, please? Oh, I can't even read English. I never should have updated iTunes. Oh, cuttlefish about to come out of asshole. Hang on, Kyle. I believe in you. Oh, I will not do it if they're going to be forced to eat my poo. Shit, I have to shit. Feed her! Feed her! My father says when it comes to Asian women, of all the specific nationalities, yeah, there's a tiny downstairs, so it can be difficult. When you have a great big American penis, it is difficult to please the Japanese woman. It becomes a difficult thing to do. You have a little Ashimasho Bobo to deal with. And it becomes a painful thing to do, to hurt a woman. You are not supposed to hurt a woman in a way that would make a problem here. Oh, we come and then we go because we are men who have to bring important time. And important use of the time in our life includes not wasting them on women who cannot deal with our enormous Japanese penis. Oh, yes. Do you know we are ready here to destroy the evil power? Do you know what the evil power is? The United States government. 1, 2, taiko 2. 1, 2, taiko 2. Try to bomb the harbor. Try to bomb the harbor. Oh, Chimpoko Mound. You got to buy it. You got to buy it. Oh, Chimpoko Mound. Oh, Oh, do you like this? Oh! What? That's why with Asian women, you just have to spank them a lot. And also please them orally. You have to please them orally because there is no other way you can ever possibly please them without injuring them in some way. It can be quite painful and bloody. You have to, or you can be like my father, who now wants to be with more Scandinavian women. Specifically Scandinavian women who do CrossFit. That is the preference of this day. The day of what he prefers to do is like that. Better than shitty Konga Power chicken. Although I would prefer a more of a woman who has a richer bit of cuttlefish, if you know what I mean. Yes. Talk about Tom Green all the time. There was something he did that involved Japan called the Tom Green Subway Monkey Hour. It was an hour-long special of him doing his zany antics in Japan. And one of them included going to one of those sushi places where they have just the conveyor belt and just take off the sushi pieces you want, and then they add up your tab and you're done. He put a vibrator on the little conveyor belt, and the woman forced him out of the restaurant but kept his vibrator. Yeah, she took the vibrator out of his hand and then forced him out of the place, and she just walked away with it. What do you think she did? You think she tried to sell that on eBay? I wonder. Maybe sold the eBay. This is a vibrator used by Tom Green on the Tom Green Subway Monkey Hour. And if you want to know, Don Power Ranger, his review of Hasbro's Cosmic Fury Megazord is a YouTube search away. There we go. There we see. You have coming attractions. Do you have an attraction to the Japanese women? Yes, I do. Oh, they are going to be first to eat my poo. Oh, yes. Did you rack it? Or did you rack to do the cha-cha? Rack a sissy girl. You rack it, do you rack it, do the cha-cha? Yes, the prime rib roast minister today, and my tiny little nipples went to France. Yes. Do you know anybody that likes a do de cha-cha? I think I know a few. They rack a do de cha-cha, but they are ashamed of how much they rack to do de cha-cha. You're a Jesus. I rack him very much. But Jesus does not help with the curveball. You're trying to tell me Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball? Which now just leaves me with the mental image of Christ at like a, I don't know, like a beer league playing. There he is. He plays, and what he's like at bat. He can't hit a curveball. Do you think that Christ could hit a curveball? I think he could. It might take some, effort, but still. It's not as deadly as some pitchers think it is, especially with somebody who really knows the way to really strategize. Right. Oh, actually, wait. Yeah, that is a good correction. No, he would not have played in a beer league. He would have played in a church league. Yeah. And my father corrected me. No, Christ played in a church league, so that's where he would have gone and showed you that yes, he can knock that curveball any which way he wants. Because that is just what kind of man he was. The kind of skill he brought to the field. Bringing much pain and sorrow to my family. Maybe there is another way to do it. Maybe there is a way to have the Jesus Christ hit the curveball, and maybe for once make Randy Johnson look like an amateur. Either that or just put another bird in the path of Randy Johnson's fastball and then watch the damn thing explode like it just ate a grenade. I don't know if you've seen that clip, the famous baseball clip of Randy Johnson. He was in the middle of a pitch. He was in the middle of a game. He was pitch, and then bam, he's got his fastball out, and the fucking bird flying in the path of it just detonates It is like gloriously grisly to see. It's also kind of funny to see because he kills this bird, but he does it in like it's like a PG-13 kind of explosion. The bird explodes, but it explodes into feathers. There's no guts or blood at all. It is so strange to see. He annihilates this fucking bird, and it just went up into a big puff of leaves. That is amazing. That shows you, my God, what kind of skill you must have. Because compare that to what happened with Fabio when he was on that roller coaster. Yeah, Fabio on the roller coaster, and the bird hit him in the face. And there he was, that got he wasn't drenched, but still you could see there was the blood right there. Why? Because he was Fabio. Why? Because even birds wanted to get with Fabio. The bird was flying, and it looked down at this roller coaster and said, "Fabio on the roller coaster, Fabio!" And then Fabio, oh, fuck, I'm dead. But they got to meet Fabio. That was fun. Oh, yes. Fabio. We are all Fabio now. Yes, I know you women out there, the 52.9% of you out there that watch my channel, I know you love the Fabio. And you still can't believe it's not butter. I don't know why it's called margarine, but you still cannot believe it's not butter. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, give over some butter. Fabio, what is this, the 90s? Well, I don't know, maybe. That's a little 90s nostalgia for you out there. A little bit. Well, I'm already talking about all this other stuff, like the whole when the whole Japanese pop culture really exploded in America with anime really permeating the American mainstream and all that. It was in the 90s, Toonami happening on Cartoon Network, and then that's when you had Dragon Ball Z and the Sailor Moon, and of course Pokemon. It just went and went and went kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. So where we're talking about that, might as well bring up Fabio. Because Fabio, he can believe it's not butter, but only in secret. In secret, he is perfectly capable of understanding how it is not butter. Why? Because this is a man who is an exceptional man among other men. It is perfectly understandable for men to see Fabio and be envious of him. Why we don't just look at the man and then look at yourself. Yes. Look at your boyfriend, now look at Fabio. Then back at your boyfriend, then back at Fabio. Clearly, your boyfriend is not Fabio. He should try, though. He should try to be Fabio. He should try to be more Fabio, and maybe then you women out there would be more happy, but that also means that you women out there should be more like Cindy Crawford. We're going to stick with, big models of the 90s. Well, yeah, the women out there, relationships are a two-way street. So that does mean you actually should be trying. You should be going out there and doing everything you can to look more like Cindy. Lose that weight, get the better wardrobe, all of those things. Because you expect your man to be in great shape, then you should be in great shape alongside him. Then you'll be able to get the kind of man you want, because you'll find a man who will respect you if you start acting in the ways where you then respect yourself. Look at Fabio, look at his women, and then look at Fabio, and you'll see that as living proof. Because Fabio is a special man. Yes, I will be more like Fabio. That's why I train and train to have more qualities of Fabio. And eventually, I will come to Italy and challenge the Fabio. I will challenge him for his status as being the ultimate beautiful male. Although I don't know what his last name is, so I wouldn't know how to look him up in the Italian phone book. A country like that, I bet, yeah, they still have, phone books and internet cafes and those things. So, yeah, you'd have to go and do that. And maybe then I will prove to you why you can believe it's not butter. And also maybe Fabio alongside Tom Green. If you remember when that was going on. Yes, when Tom Green visited Fabio's house. And he went through his kitchen, and his kitchen was covered with like dirt bikes because he explained, I never eat at home. So the kitchen in his house is just dedicated to where he keeps his dirt bikes. So that you see that, well, there is an interesting use of a kitchen if you're always going out to eat and you can afford it. Especially when you have that body like Fabio. And not the body like Tom Green. Don't not have the body of any man from Canada, okay? Just keep that your idea, and you will then be a man who's much more stylish, much more economically inclined than what you see of a man like Fabio. Oh, yes. Now that we are done, we have finished this Nico. And speaking of Italian, this does look more like an Italian woman. Well, Nico is a much more Italian name on our lady right here, Nico Robin. So, of course, we should probably have her this way. Visible for all of my audience to see. Because there is only the beauty of Nico. If you wonder where in the world can you find a female version of Fabio, only observe Nico. Nico. We are all a Nico. Yes. Stylish, glorious, sexy, busty. We all have the beautiful body like Nico now. When Nico comes, Nico sees. And when Nico sees, Nico gets. And whenever Nico wants, Nico takes. Because she is Nico. All of you women will now be like more of Nico. And right there you see in this space the comparison of the Nico we did and the Nico in color I did earlier. And whichever one of these, if you want them, follow the link to my art store that I just put back into the chat. And a $30 donation will get you either one of these two, or a $50 donation will get you both of them. Whichever one of these, either one of these two you would like, just remember, follow that and they'll be waiting. Because once you follow the link to my art store and you make that donation, if you make the one for 30, then all you got to do is just say which one of the two that you want in the chat. And then when you are done, I will ship it out to you first thing tomorrow morning, and it will be the subject of my next Luke Goes Postal video. Because you all love Nico. I want to know, now what do you think? Who do you love more? Do you love more of Nico or do you love more of Fabio? When you see Fabio, you know you love Fabio. But when you see Nico, you now must learn to also love Nico as well. Because Nico is effervescent. Nico is a fun. Nico is a beauty. Nico sings like the beauty of the women. There is the beautiful women in the Italy, and you see the women like that. They are not like you. They're not like you. They're only like Nico. And know what Nico's now going to do? Nico's going to perform I Can't Believe It's Not Butter. Oh, yes. Can you believe it's not butter? Because I can't believe. Although I have heard of margarine before, when I had this, I still can't believe it's not butter. Oh, yes. Have you ever tried it? I wonder if you have, because you might just enjoy it. You might enjoy a little fun, much like a little more fun of this manga. Yes. Another one from Masamune-san. Masamune Shiro, Gaijan Digalogo. And what you see right here, this is played from Dominion Conflict 1, No More Noise. This is Shiro Masamune's sequel to Dominion. That was one of his earliest manga he did. It was the one he did before he even did Ghost in the Shell. And this is when he did after the Ghost in the Shell manga, and even after the movie came out. Yes. Because you need a lot of tanks with a lot of big action. You've got police tanks shooting each other. What more could you ask for? Oh, yes. There is no more you could ask for, because that is the perfect example of all that you want and need in this world. Because you know that maybe, just maybe, naughty girls need love too. And what do you think what can be naughtier than a lady Japanese cop right here? Our protagonist right here. She's got her tight little bust and her tight little uniform. I can't think of anything more naughty than that. If you can find a woman naughtier than her, I don't know. But she might just wind up, turning you Japanese. I really think so. Or at the very least, maybe she'll want to do some role play where she'll go and get pulled over and get handcuffed and spanked. Because she is dirty, dirty, filthy Rwanda. Daimo Yellow River. Dai on a Horada River. Ooh, and a Horada River. Ooh, and a Horada River. You keep going, baby, I'm not fooling. Going to send you back to school and right on inside. Honey, you need her. Gonna give you my love. Gonna give you my love. Wanna hold out a rev. Wanna hold out a rev. Wanna hold out a rev. That is how you give love in the land of the rising sun. You take the rising sun and you share it with a vanilla paste. Do you have a Newport a cigarette to smoke? Because in Japan, there are people who like to smoke. And you got to go. Or you've got to bring in the fire. The fire in my soul. The power of my soul. I like to go and dance with no pants, if you know what I mean. If you feel like dancing with the pants off, in Japan, we have many solutions for how you can dance with no pants and make sure that you enjoy yourselves because you've got a fun time to do. Because we got The Miz coming up on Raw tonight along with Drew McIntyre. If you enjoy The Miz or still enjoy The Miz or I don't know what, well, there's that. And did you also hear when it comes to WWE? I saw that now Fox actually got rid. Their deal with SmackDown to be on Fox is actually done. Yeah, looked it up. Yeah, the contract between Fox and WWE for SmackDown is gone. So now it looks like you're going to have to, SmackDown's have to go somewhere else. I don't know where. Well, they were originally on UPN, but then they moved to that My TV that was started after the UPN and CW merged. And they drifted around to other channels, and now they've been on Fox recently, but now it looks like Fox is getting rid of them. And that's sad because on SmackDown, that's where they have their big Universal Champion, Roman Reigns, who's been running for like 3 straight years with the belts. That's not a good sign. It's not a good sign that you're getting more airtime with Otis right now than you are with that kind of champion. And still trying to convince me that Charlotte Flair is some kind of interesting wrestler. She's not. And now I got my father saying that I look like the Irish UFC fighter. Well, that was something that somebody said in a comment on a video a few months back. Now my father's saying it. It is and also you've got Raw coming to Bakersfield, if you like that there. And if he's showing Bakersfield love, then why is he showing a picture of Hawaii?
Hometown, right different.
Why? Because Gabriel Iglesias is a clever motherfucker. And he's a clever motherfucker because he's Mr. Motherfucker. You got your drug test back. You only tested positive for Flintstones vitamins and Midol. I don't know why, but maybe you just got some sand in your vagina. You got some sand in your vagina? There is no sand in my vagina. Oh, and here in this Nancy Drew mystery, she found a pebble in her shoe. Maybe in this case, we can go and help shake the sand out of Kyle's vagina. Your vagina is a walking time bomb. Or maybe it's more like a Backstreet Boys song. Tell me why. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a heartache. Because I want it that way. Yeah, there's that Patty guy he was talking about. You see that? That's all you need to see. That's all that's needed to be clipped. So everybody always wants to be a rock star. They used to want to be a rock star. Now they want to be UFC fighters. It used to be. It used to be rock stars used to be so cool. They always look like they're about to vomit. Or when they perform, they always have those trite raps in the beginning of songs. You know, ladies and gentlemen, a long time ago, there were lots of people. But that was a long time ago. She's cold as ice. Paradise. And the feeling was nice. There's a lady I know. If I didn't know her, she'd be the lady I didn't know. The lady, she went downtown. She bought some broccoli. She brought it home. She's chopping broccoli. Chopping broccoli. Chopping broccoli. Chopping broccoli. She's trapping broccoli. If anybody remembers that song I'm referring to. I'm guessing the thought of having Camelot 331 being on with Chrissy Mayer really has led to that many people not showing up tonight. So I still want a good written response as to what brings his audience so much for the all I see of the guy is getting shirtless on streams, and that's it. I don't see the big, or I see when he has other channels on. I see when he brings on, you know, when there's what's that guy's. I see it as a thing if, say, he comes and you get, you know, I know tonight Chrissy Mayer's on, or another channel if you've got what was that, Ricada Law comes on, but other guys, I don't see it.
What's that? You take off your shirt.
Well, Just Bro, I'm leaving that to Camelot 331 because that seems to. That would be the thing. I would do that, and then I would be the one that'd be called the ripoff artist. When what else does he do on his streams besides that? I give you a variety show. What does he give you? Besides, eventually he'll take his shirt off, and also talking about the same things with the culture war headlines or whatever that I also talk about. But just he gets shirtless on a stream. I don't. At least he doesn't look like Vito or like Otis or that he. So. I'm guessing this. I should maybe not ask or wonder aloud. The same reason why I stopped wondering what X-Ray Girl brings to the conversation when it comes to her having a permanent place on Friday Night Tights. Why? Because Asian and breasts. That's why. With Camelot, well, being a man on YouTube who's not repulsively obese or just hideous, even if they're not obese, that might be the case. That might bring something. And well, why should I take off my pants? You're not even going to see what I look like with my pants off. It's almost as if there is some kind of algorithmic antics afoot. That is treachery futur. Some people, when it comes to wrestling, they talk about having matches, big man versus little man, or if it's a big man versus big man. How about a fat man versus fat man match? What's your opinion on that? I don't see the appeal, especially when you watch something like sumo wrestling that has a real history to it, a real art to it. Versus when you've got pro wrestling, which already is staged and all that, but then you add on two roly-poly motherfuckers in this thing that's so obviously staged, it really loses its interest or luster. It's almost like maybe I should just go and put the sumo on. Just because it's not as bad as AEW Dynamite, this still doesn't mean it's not something where I know I could be watching something better. Well, hello to Abe coming into the chat. Nice to see you here and now. As we move into this time. Well, now since Abe came in, we might as well show him what it is we were doing earlier. With this and this, with a Nico Robin from One Piece in pen and ink and in color. Nice to see you as we get these. Don't forget, Abe, a $30, actually wait, since Abe is out in the UK, well, if you were outside of America and you wanted to, make a donation to buy one of these for ahead of time, it would have to be a $50 donation for either one of them. and that would still be discount. You would still get discounted off, but yeah, a $50 US. You make that donation, and one of those items will be shipped out to you because of that international shipping fee. And Abe, you know what I'm talking about. You understand that, so you know what it's like when it comes to these projects, or when it comes. Well, I don't think you're like a CG guy, so I know what those Geeks and Gamers plushies, or the Geeks and Gamers hoodies, or the Geeks and Gamers hats, or the Geeks and Gamers rectal suppositories, or the Geeks and Gamers condoms, or the Geeks and Gamers socks, or the Geeks and Gamers shower curtains, or the Geeks and Gamers pizza cutters, or the Geeks and Gamers branded wastebaskets, or the Geeks and Gamers coffins. I think they're now going to expand into that kind of merchandising. But yeah, going from where they are and where they get their products, so you'd understand the exponential cost of international shipping. That's just a little extra to bring there for any foreign friends out there that want to go and get something of what I've got from the store. It might bring a little detail to go and have a fun of you, because you are the fun ones. Although I don't think you ever have Funyuns. Imagine that. It's strange to see, American chains like McDonald's or like KFC in Japan. Do you imagine like getting Funyuns if you're there? Like you're there visiting Tokyo for whatever reason. You're there on business or something. Or if you're vacationing there. Most expensive city in the world, I believe. No, that's Moscow. But yeah, Tokyo's one of the most expensive cities out there, but Moscow is the most. But still, you go through all the expense to go there, and then you wind up, eating. You go to a store and there's Funyuns. Oh, I'll give this Otis guy something. He may be fat, but he can do the worm. He's fat as fuck, but he can do the worm. I mean, he's got that. I'd like to see a sumo try to do the worm. That'd be fun. Or the in the Too Cool faction, if they did that with Mr. Rikishi, if he was able to do the worm instead of I think it was Grandmaster Sexay who would do the worm as part of Too Cool. Well, Otis just lost the match. So Fatty versus Fatty with tattoos. The Fatty with the tattoos won. And also now I see there's advertisements that the next season of the Chucky show is on. I'm not watching though, but there it is. Because that's around all that, that might be some idea of, even though it's anime, it's a kind of Japanese culture kind of convention, I still think there's a lot of what you would see because it happens almost immediately after Halloween, that having some horror-related stuff to bring that to YumaCon would work. Things like, stuff I've drawn before that's always sold well, like Pyramid Head from Silent Hill, or maybe like the Lying Nurses, or I forgot the name of the creatures, where it looks like they're trapped inside like a flesh-colored straitjacket. It's the first monster you see in Silent Hill 2. Maybe that. Maybe one of those. That might be something. That might be something to do in the future. That might be something to bring up. But either way, it's a last call for super chats and channel memberships and donations in my store. Right there. Let's see here. Well, I figured out what is the last name of Fabio. It's Fabio Lanzoni. Okay. Not as difficult to say as I thought it would be, but now you know the name of the Fabio. Fabio Lanzoni. Oh, yes. Fabio Lanzoni. Not as easy to say as a Nico Robin, but there it is. We've got the Fabio. We've got the ergonomic design. We've got some ergonomic fun to say. And remember also about the super chat, about the donations in the store. That goes straight to me. That doesn't go to YouTube. So, and also I don't have to split it with them at all. So that's that little fun story, little fun time right there for you to see as we get what interesting charismatic names. We've got speaking about all this time talking about Japan and Italy and all that, well, turns out the Japanese cuisine is the preferred kind of, is the preferred eating of Fabio. So it is fun to see with Fabio. Although I'm pretty sure he would never put it on any with I can't believe it's not butter. Oh, Although in the morning he does cook with, I can't believe it's not butter. Well, now Steph with a $2 Canadian super chat and Vanessa V with a $4.99 super chat says, take it off, Luke. Well, I really think I'm going to take all this off, especially when I have done it, but that was a much bigger. That was a $20 super chat. I believe. Oh, no. It was a $50 super chat, actually. It was on the first stream I did that was monetized. It was a $50 super chat. That's what it was. That's what that went on. That's how that was like, because I have that fun to say for you. Yeah, my father is correct in saying, oh, you treat him like a common whore. I'm not a whore, darling. Yeah, I might be better looking than Elizabeth Berkley in Showgirls, but I am not her. I'm not like that. And I'm not Gina Gershon either, who's just a take the cash the check, and show them what they want to see. You have great tits. I always like them. You got Steph, it's a $2 super sticker, actually. It says, hey, you. Oh, that's fun. That's fun to see. It's a little $2 super sticker of the little pear-shaped creature going, hey, you. Well, that is fun. Hey, Jude, don't make it mad. Just take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let it into your heart, and from the start, you'll make it better. Remember to let her into your sin. To begin. Better, butter. I can't believe it's not butter. It's better with butter. Butter. Wing butter. Well, Christopher, we know you're slutty. You keep talking about it all the time. You say these slutty things, Christopher. You're the one who is the captain of talking about the steam rooms. Not rest stops. You prefer steam rooms instead of rest stops. But that's already something that we already know. And just, bro, you're going to be, well, I think Christopher wouldn't mind if you wanted to fist his slutty ass. I think he might actually enjoy it, but that is something that go and take it up with him, if he would know that. But beyond that now, I want to go and thank you for watching. Subscribe, check that you're still subscribed, and don't forget to support the channel by becoming a member with the first link below today, or by shopping in my art store at the second link below today, where posters are 200, color art is 30, trading cards are 25, trading cards are only 10, sketchbooks are 25, and pen and ink art's only 25. You can commission color art for 60, pen and ink art for 50, or trading cards for 20, or you can donate my store. Donations come in any denomination from any denominations accepted when you donate to the store. And besides that, even the minimum amount is appreciated because donations in my store go immediately to me and not to YouTube. And when you if you want to buy my work or commission me from outside of America, you'd have to make your payment as a donation. Just add up what you want in US dollars with another 25 US for the international shipping and handling fee, and your items will ship immediately. So until then, remember my shorts premiere at 5 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 tomorrow. I'll have a new video premiering at 6:30, and I'll be live again at 10. So thank you, and remember, felines, slam it, lick it, suck it, and see you, Space Cowboy.